Hi there everyone, my name's Lyric. Welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to do an energy reading for the sun sign of Leo. We'll take a look. We're going to use these Crystal Angel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. She's a high vibrational being. I read one of her books and I was taken aback at just her ability to speak in the way that she does. I didn't necessarily agree with everything that she said, but I really respect her as a human being. And I just feel like her energy, the energy that she brings is very high and good. So we're going to start your reading off with this, Leo. And also we'll learn about crystals as well. So yeah, and that's something that I'm interested in. I hope that's something that you're interested in too. So let's get started. Messages for Leo. What do they need to know for their highest good? Messages for Leo. Okay. Yikesies. I keep having a difficult night tonight. So you've got 4. So the first one you have is Tiger's Eye. And I'll read what the message says at the bottom because I honestly don't know anything about stones or crystals, but I want to learn. So let's see what it says about Tiger's Eye. Maybe you have a tiger's eye ring or a tiger's eye necklace. Self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you, okay? And you also have amethyst, revealing your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you feel loved for who you truly are. Don't pretend to be something that you're not. The people that are for you will never leave you, and let everything else fall to the wayside. It's you're the only person that can fill the role of your shoes, so be that person, okay? Ooh, this is pretty. Larimar, sensitive emotions. Times of heightened emotions and sensitivity call for extra self-care and gentleness. That's really nice. I love that color. And I know that, I think this is like turquoise, that it represents the divine feminine. So maybe you're feeling really sensitive at this time, and just take the time to be good to yourself. Be extra gentle, take extra naps, eat all of your favorite food, okay? And this one is called Charoite. Spiritual protection. You are being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. Have no fear, okay? I don't know that much about these crystals. If you're familiar with crystals, leave a comment if any of these resonated with you, or if there's anything that you would like to add or share. Maybe you have a special experience with crystal healing. Please share with us in the comments box, okay? So I'm also going to grab a couple of the star seeds, okay? Messages for Leo. What do they need to know for their highest good? Messages for Leo. What do they need to know for their highest good? Messages for Leo. Okay, and you've got Lemuria. That's funny. I always pull this card. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So what I know a little bit about Lemuria is that it was believed to be like heaven on earth, like an absolute oasis. Like if you see these waterfalls and crystal clear water, beautiful sunsets. I also, when I was reading a little bit in the book about Lemuria, that it mentioned something about thinking about what's coming in the future and taking action and moving towards that beautiful future, okay? Acting as if heaven is actually on earth, and bringing that energy with you as you interact with others, and anywhere that you go. Think about Lemuria and bring that energy with you and create that heaven on earth on this plane, on this here and now, okay? And Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So I don't know what Mintakan must be a species or a race of people that was here a long time ago. And maybe they were, in fact, the first light workers. And I'm going to pull the book on this, okay? Let me grab the book, actually. It's not that far away. Okay. Mintakan. I've never pulled this card before. The gal that's in pictured here is a mermaid, so maybe they were water-dwelling people. But it also looks like almost like a tundra in the background, so I'm not quite sure about this, or maybe this isn't even on Earth, that this is in another galaxy on another planet. So let's pull the book on that and check it out. Mintakan. I'm sorry I pull out the book a lot, but it's also like, you know, it's I feel that I'm doing something for others by doing the readings, and then what I get to do for myself is learn about what I'm doing, okay? So please forgive me as I look for this really quick. No, right there. Okay. Mintakans are a soul group who originated on a planet in the constellation of Orion. They were the first star beings to travel to Earth and believed to be the original light workers. The Mintakans' home planet is thought to have been a water world with water so pure that you could see through it for miles. For this reason, Mintakans feel most at peace and at home when in or around crystal clear water. They are here to teach us to see the potential in everything and the light in all beings. Many Mintakans have an odd longing for home and struggle with feeling like they don't belong. It is thought that this is due to their home planet no longer being in existence. If you pulled this card, it could mean that you are a Mintakan or are longing for a sense of belonging, and root chakra healing is necessary for you to feel safe and secure. Perhaps you feel this longing to find home without knowing where that is. Perhaps you've been moving around a lot and yearn for a place on earth to call your own. If so, you are being called to connect with Mother Earth and create it for yourself now, to choose where you feel most at home and create it rather than waiting for the feeling of belonging to come. And I know that can be a little bit distressing. When I started my journey, my spiritual awakening healing journey, I remember like being taught about like breathing to help with anxiety, and I was so frustrated. I was like, you do not understand how I feel, and like breathing is not going to help me. And it's just sometimes at the very height of our pain, this is going to sound really horrible and not very helpful, but literally at the very height of it, the only thing that you really can do is to bear it and to go through it. And because that pain isn't going to stay, it doesn't sustain, okay? It eventually subsides. And so when you finally start dropping down into those lower levels of intolerable tolerances, you can finally hear those messages of breathing, of grounding yourself, negative self-talk, and you can start to slowly implement those tools into your life and begin to make those changes. But I know it at first, or when it's really hard and it's right there, when that pain is right there, that I'm telling you, honestly, you just have to bear through it. And I know that's horrible and that's not helpful, and that's definitely not what anybody wants to hear, but that's the truth, okay? So let's get some tarot cards for Leo. Messages for Leo. What do they need to know for their highest good? Messages for Leo. Wow, we didn't do that evenly. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So you've got the 10 of Wands, the Death card, the Ace of Swords, and the King of Cups. So in the recent past, I'm really getting that you were at your wit's end with a situation or something that was happening. Maybe you were at that very high point of your pain threshold, and you couldn't listen to messages of healing and couldn't listen to messages of guidance, that the pain was just unbearable. And you also have the Death card. That experience was to rid you of impurities that you don't need in your energetic field anymore, that needed to cleanse your consciousness, that needed to reform the way you see life and the way that you see yourself. It needed to happen so that you could create a brand new belief system, a brand new create a brand new perspective for yourself, because the way that you were living before was intolerable. It might not have hurt as badly. It might have been felt more cushiony and average and normal, but that path that you were on wasn't the path that was meant for you. You have a destiny. You're fated, and you are being woken up to that. Okay. You also have the Ace of Swords. What I'm really getting with this card is about communication, is that you're going to be able to speak of your past. You're going to be able to speak to others about what it's like to go through a healing process, about what it's like to overcome difficult situations, that you'll be a earth angel to others here on planet Earth, that you'll be able to heal others by your story, that you'll be able to, when someone is in that height level of pain, you'll know exactly when that's happening, and you'll know how to talk that person down, okay? You'll know how to soothe that person's soul because you've been there and you've experienced it. And you have the King of Cups in your outcome, in your future energy. So this whole transformation that you've been going through has left you. So on the card here, it says someone loving, charismatic, wise, and considerate. And I also want to add sensitive, psychic, and intuitive. That the painful experiences that you had left you with. So let's say that the painful experiences that you had resembled lumps of coal. And that experience that you went through, that erosion of your soul and that erosion of pain, changed that charcoal into diamonds. And now you're glittered in jewels, okay? And what those jewels are the forms of spiritual gifts, okay? You're definitely someone that's charismatic and considerate, and you're wise due to your experiences and the things that you learned. But you also have a leaning in towards psychicism, a sensitivity, being empathic, okay? So that's something to really form a resolve with, okay? Don't be bitter about the past, okay? Remember your gifts. And if you're not aware that you have spiritual gifts, you can ask your guides about it. You can ask friends and family about how they see you. You can start becoming a very astute observer of your own actions and decide for yourself what you see. Decide for yourself what is happening. If there's something that you don't like, change it, because you have the power to do that now. In your old energy, you didn't have that kind of power before. You were a victim to the currents and the winds, and you were tossed about, and you didn't have that kind of strength and will, okay? Let's get some more messages for you. Messages for Leo. What do they need to know for their highest good? Messages for Leo. What do they need to know for their highest good? Messages for Leo. Messages for Leo. Okay. You've got the World card, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Hierophant card. So you're breaking away from that old energy, from that sleep, from your slumber, from that ordinary life, okay? You did go to battle. You went to battle and you came out a victor. You came out winning, okay? You had to fight off others and entities. You had to fight yourself, okay? And it was a hard run battle, okay? But Source has been making sure that that charcoal turns to diamonds, okay? You have the Hierophant card here. It used to be that you would seek advice and knowledge from others, from your peers, from what you saw, what was taught to you, from what your parents said, from what your friends say, from the clothes that you wore, okay? But now, in your present energy, you're waking up to the fact that you might be a relative of the Mintakan, okay? That you have psychic abilities, that you're sensitive, that you're empathic, that you have unique spiritual gifts, okay? So that's all that I have. I'm going to leave this reading where it's at. I hope that you loved it. I'll see you on the next one.